The glass on the living room table. Sometimes what almost breaks a marriage isn't infidelity. It isn't financial hardship either. It's something as simple as a glass left on the wrong table, over and over again. Every evening after work, Artie would bring a glass of water into the living room. Once he finished drinking, he would leave the glass on the coffee table. To Artie, it was no big deal, just a small, insignificant habit. But to his wife, Rena, those glasses piling up day after day carried a different message. Household responsibilities are your problem, not mine. At first, Rena quietly carried the glasses back to the kitchen without saying a word. Later, she started reminding him gently, "Please don't forget to bring your glass back to the kitchen. Okay?" Artie would nod. "Sure, later." But the next day, another glass would be left behind. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Eventually, the issue was no longer about the glasses. They had become a symbol of something deeper, a feeling of being taken for granted. Rena began getting upset about other small things too. The towel left on the bed. The shoes not put back in place. The snack wrappers forgotten on the table. Meanwhile, Artie was confused. "I work hard every day. Why are you always upset over such little things?" Arguments became more frequent. Not because of a glass. Not because of a towel. Not because of a pair of shoes. But because of feelings that were never truly heard. One evening, after a particularly heated argument, Rena spoke through tears. "I'm not angry about the glass, Artie. I'm hurt because it feels like everything I do every day is simply expected and never appreciated." Her words stopped him cold. For the first time, Artie saw the situation from his wife's perspective. All this time, he had believed that being a good husband meant working hard and providing for his family. What he hadn't realized was that a marriage also needs something else. Attention to the small things that matter to the person you love. The next morning, Artie decided to change. He brought his own glass back to the kitchen. He hung up his towel after showering. He put his shoes away when he came home. There were no grand gestures. No expensive gifts. No luxury vacations. Just small acts of consideration. Yet little by little, the atmosphere in their home began to change. Rena felt appreciated. Artie felt closer to his wife. Their conversations became warmer. Their arguments became fewer. Laughter returned to a house that had once felt cold and distant. Months later, as they reflected on that difficult period, Artie smiled and said, "It's funny. What almost damaged our marriage wasn't a major problem." Rena nodded. "And thankfully, what saved it wasn't something big either. The lesson. In relationships, it is often not one major mistake that causes the deepest wounds, but the small things that are neglected day after day. And in the same way, lasting love is rarely built through extraordinary sacrifices alone. It grows through simple acts of care repeated consistently. Because in the end, strong marriages are not built by occasional grand moments, but by countless small acts of kindness practiced every single day.